This is a move to try and put Tadej Pogačar now on the back foot.
Welcome to Stage 7, the longest outing on the Tour de France in over 20 years. It includes the Signal du Champ, a nasty kick of almost 6 kilometres with passages at 18%. That is one of 5 climbs in the final today after a leg-crunching run of 249.1 kilometres from Vierzon to the Creusot.
What a move this is. This is real danger now, and they are putting riders at the front.
The racing was flat out from the gun, and after 50 kilometres a very strong group broke free of the peloton. Mathieu van der Poel leading the charge in his yellow jersey, along with Wout van Aert, Vincenzo Nibali and a host of other big names. Tadej Pogačar and UAE Team Emirates caught napping, and suddenly it was panic stations on the front of the peloton. 18 of the 23 teams represented up front, with strong men like Kampenaerts, Van Baarle, ASGREEN, Conrad and Krauw Andersen. Mark Cavendish was also in there. Pogačar's teammates chasing furiously, but little by little they were being distanced.
2 minutes 15, 2:15 in the gap, 2:15.
Well, incredible drama on the roads of the Tour de France as the race reached the symbolic 1,000 kilometre mark since the Grand Départ in Brest. Still a long way to go, but it was being blown apart here. The gap growing to over 4 minutes by the time they reached the intermediate sprint after 115 kilometres. Cavendish with a chance to take a commanding lead in the points classification. 20 more points for the Manxman, putting him virtually 66 clear of Jasper Philipsen. The Escapees entering the final 100 kilometres and closing on the first of the day's climbs near Château Chinon. The gap was now over 6 minutes to Pogačar. A big shake-up on the cards in the general classification.
8% this part of the climb. MOHORIC tries to go past, and Brent Van Moor says, okay then, you can have it. And Matej MOHORIC is on the hunt for some polka dots.
Matej MOHORIC and Brent Van Moor kicking on as the front group began to splinter.
The breakaway is starting to be disrupted as Victor Kampenaerts now goes on the attack, immediately joined by, looks like Jasper STUYVEN on the wheel.
So 4 men now in the lead and pulling around a minute and a half clear of the Van der Poel group. A couple more GC teams meanwhile working on the front of the peloton, including Total Energies, but they were still a long way back. Heading into the last 40 kilometres with plenty of riders set to struggle on these climbs.
This is the first ever ascension of Signal du Champ. It's not an easy climb at all.
Indeed, the race was blown apart on the Signal du Champ, with MOHORIC going clear at the front.
He's grinding away on the front. STUYVEN just trying to limit the loss. 1 kilometre remains now to the top of the climb. MOHORIC seems really strong today. And where is Primož Roglič? Roglič is cracking on the climb. Roglič, wearing number 11 here, is unable to go with the accelerations. Gritted teeth. Primož Roglic's assault on the Tour de France is starting to break apart. This is a move to try and put Tadej Pogačar now on the back foot. This is the rider who 2 nights ago said, this race is still on. I still think I can win the Tour de France.
Well, Carapaz also looking to put some pressure on Pogačar.
Oh, into the woods.
And with the stage victory now out of their hands, rivals Van der Poel and Van Aert were marking each other in the fight for the yellow jersey.
These 2 riders have been supreme. They have refused to accept the pattern of a transition day in the Tour de France. They've used it to their best effect, and they have put all the other riders 5 minutes and 27 seconds back. But now he wants the stage win, and it would be a hat-trick in Grand Tours. The emotion is overcoming him now. This rider is about to join the elite club of riders who've won stages in all 3 Grand Tours. He's won in the Vuelta, he's won in the Giro, and now he's going to have the emotion and the glory of winning a stage of the Tour de France. Matej MOHORIC.
Mathieu van der Poel 4th on the day, behind Matej MOHORIC, Jasper STUYVEN and Magnus Cort after really lighting up this stage. Tadej Pogačar losing over 5 minutes, but he still remains the best placed of the GC riders.
I saw there is practically just one more stage suited to my characteristics, so I said, yeah, maybe it's a good idea to go and try to win a stage tomorrow and yeah, just focus on that. I've already won in Giro and Vuelta, but this is completely something else. This is the biggest race in the world, so I think it will take some time to settle in.
It's pure racing, but yeah, I would have thought a lot of guys would wanted to be in a break, but I have not seen this often that you race like this 255k, especially not in a Grand Tour. So I think everybody will sleep well tonight.
A great day of action on the Tour de France, with Mathieu van der Poel showing just how attached he is to that maillot jaune. But Wout van Aert's in a great position to snatch it this weekend. Pogačar and his team put on the back foot today. It'll be fascinating to see how they respond in the mountains. Julian Alaphilippe also slipping down the standings, but he's bound to be back on the attack soon enough. Richard Carapaz had a go, but the Ecuadorian is over 5 minutes back on GC, just ahead of his teammate, Geraint Thomas. Stage 7's biggest loser, though, was Primož Roglic, who rolled in over 9 minutes down. Today may spell the end of his GC ambitions. But for another Slovenian, it was a day of glory. Former under-23 world champion Matej MOHORIC has now won at all 3 Grand Tours. 209 kilometres in the breakaway today and taking the victory. Van der Poel with a 30-second lead over Wout van Aert. A good day for Mark Cavendish, who got into the breakaway and tightened his grip on the green jersey. MOHORIC taking the polka dot jersey off Ida Skelling, but there's a lot more climbing to come tomorrow. Pogačar limiting his losses in some respects. He's still 5th overall and keeps the white jersey. He may have lost the battle today, but the war's not over.